And the number one thing you need to avoid doing to build muscle, have you guessed it yet? Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be going over the 5 most important things you need to avoid if your goal is to build muscle. I've ranked them in order. I'm going to go through them quickly, so please stay tuned to the end to find out what exactly is the absolute most important thing you need to avoid doing to build muscle. So in reverse order, number 1, skipping meals and or supplements. Consistency is very important. If you're skipping meals, skipping the creatine, taking supplements when you can remember, you're just not going to make the same gains as somebody who's consistently eating their 4 to 5 meals a day and taking in their supplements. And what kind of supplements? Well, that all depends. If you can't sleep right, then a sleep aid's important. If you're not taking in enough protein, maybe you're vegan, then protein powder is very important for you. Don't have the energy to train? Well, obviously a pre-workout can help you to train harder than last time, so be sure to take in your supplements and not to skip out on your meals. Number 2, constantly swapping out programs or coaches. When you first start a new program or exercise, there are neurological adaptations that are taking place. What that means is you're learning to do the exercise and get stronger at it. That's why when you first start doing a new program, you get stronger very quickly, and then over time, the strength gains, they slow down. So in the beginning phases of a new program, or when you switch out exercises, you're learning how to do the exercise and to perform it correctly. Later, the gains in muscle size occur, but at first, it's mostly just your body learning to get stronger, not bigger. So rather than constantly changing up programs, doing a bicep curl in 55 different ways, stick to the basics, get good at it, and continuously progressive overload over time. And rather than trying to progressive overload by adding more weight to the bar, think about what other ways can you do to make it harder than last time. Slowing down the eccentric, pausing the rep, using better mind-muscle connection. These are smarter and safer ways than trying to constantly add more weight to the bar. Think about other ways to make it harder because after all, how much muscle are you going to add if you're getting injured? Number 3, alcohol and other recreational drugs. Are you surprised it's number 3? It's not even number 1. That means there's things that are worse than adding alcohol and rec drugs to your lifestyle. I think it's a no-brainer. Everyone knows that drinking alcohol, getting drunk, partying too hard, it's going to slow down your gains, especially if it causes you to miss out on your sleep or be hungover. How hard are you really training the day after partying if you're hungover? So please, if muscle growth is in fact an important goal of yours, try to minimize the use of alcohol and or rec drugs. And number 4, one position away from being the worst thing you can do to build muscle, HIIT cardio and or long, hard cardio. Are you surprised you thought HIIT cardio was the best way to build muscle and get shredded? It is absolutely not. It is horrendous. Take me, Coach Greg, for example. I'm doing HIIT cardio and long, hard cardio sessions. I feel like I got ran over by a bus. Hard to make muscle gains when you're this sore from the cardio that you're doing. Imagine this, you're doing HIIT cardio, you're doing your sprints all out, going harder than last time, and then you have to go and do leg press or squats or lunges after. Not easy. And your body has to recover from both the HIIT cardio and the weights. Much more difficult to recover from both. This can lead to overtraining, and it's much harder to build muscle when you're constantly doing cardio or doing your cardio at an incredibly high pace that your body has to recover from. So you might be thinking, well, why am I doing this cardio? Because I want to. I want to be good at cardio. Muscle growth is not the number one concern of mine. I'm 45 years old. I just want to look good, feel good, and be able to bike ride harder than last time. I'm racing other YouTubers, other people around the world, and it's fun for me. So if it's fun for you, do your hard cardio, your HIIT cardio, but remember this, you're not going to build as much muscle as if you didn't do it. Does that mean I'm saying don't do cardio? No, it's saying don't do HIIT cardio or long, hard cardio. Do moderate pace cardio for a moderate amount of time. 150 minutes of cardio a week at a moderate pace is not going to hurt your ability to grow muscle. But doing hour-long plus bike races or running 10Ks or doing HIIT cardio sprint intervals, that's going to make it harder to build muscle, especially if there's a great eccentric load on the muscle like done during running. And the number one thing you need to avoid doing to build muscle, have you guessed it yet? Crash diets. People want to get shredded for their vacation, the wedding, summertime, and they immediately cut back on the calories way too much. If you're losing 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds a week, you are making it almost impossible to build muscle, and that's even with PDs. Even with PDs, if you're starving yourself, you're not going to build muscle. My advice, lose the weight as slow as humanly possible. Maximum 1 pound a week. If you're trying to build muscle and lose weight at the same time, you need to lose the weight even slower. Half a pound, quarter pound, minimal changes. Why? Because you need to have enough energy to build muscle. And if you're in a crash diet state, you're not going to have as much energy, you're not going to train as hard, you're not going to be able to recover as easily. So please, I caution you, don't lose the weight too quickly. And yes, I get it. You see the before and after transformations? You want to do a mini cut and get all the weight off in 2-3 weeks? Not going to happen unless your calorie deficit is an extreme one. So rather than rush it and lose the weight too quick, slow it down. Take your time. It's not a race. By having a small calorie deficit, maybe 250 calories, you hardly even notice it. You won't have a drop in energy levels and you'll be able to push as hard as you used to. Gone should be the days of crash diets, and for the most part, they would be if people would stop bulking and getting fat in the first place. If you don't get fat, you're not going to have to do that cut. And so what is my advice? Main gain. And what is that for the friggin' 50th time? It means you slowly put on muscle without getting fat. You maintain a healthy body fat, a healthy body weight, one you can maintain for the rest of your life. Not one where you're starving, not one where you have no energy, can't sleep, and don't feel good. One that is healthy for you. We don't know where that is. It might be 10%, it might be 20, might be 34, we don't know. So take note and be proactive. If you're cutting and you notice you're losing energy, that you're starving, slow it down. It's not worth it, trust me. Hopefully this helped, and don't forget I have a cookbook and supplements and looking for ambassadors to help sell the supplements and get paid for it. And please click the link in the description if you're interested in doing so. And until next time, I am out. Gertie, I'm having to focus here. I'm tired from bike racing, very sore, don't need you squirreling around there. Find a spot, Gertie.